All right, good morning, guys. Happy Thursday. So we heard from Powell yesterday, and some of the nastier action we've seen really in a few months here. Nasty. Got an hourly here on the S&Ps, and yeah, from 60.50 into about 58.70 in what felt like the blink of an eye there. But all right, now the question is, what are we working with from here? And bigger picture, looking at the weekly chart, nothing's changed. Structure is bullish, trend is bullish. We got a buy signal, we got the perfect score. Everything looks about as bullish as possible. We could pull back into about 5,800, and I think that'll remain the same. Good looking weekly with potentially a little more room for lower. And then on the daily chart here, for today and tomorrow, I think you want to keep a close eye on the daily 50. 59.20-ish. Break our 21, we break the 50, we get a momentum break. If they can't quickly, really quickly, get it and keep it back above that daily 50, could be room for a flush down towards that weekly 21 around, that 5,800-ish. And then grab the sheet here. Now, the overall picture here on the sheet hasn't really changed. The overall picture being a couple of tech stocks look pretty good, and then everything else looks pretty crappy. It's just after the flush yesterday, that picture weakens a little bit. QQQ with a 53, S&P's with a 1, Dow Jones negative 19, IWM negative 29, RSP a negative 36. So QQQ is still leadership, still the best thing on the board, but not as good as it was, yesterday, the day beforehand. And then for the big boys, Broadcom not bad, Tesla, Apple, Google. Now the thing is, for a lot of these, from a technical perspective, we kind of got to a point on the charts where, probabilities-wise, they were due for a pullback. And frankly, I want to buy a few of them on that pullback. And then real quick look here at the sectors, Big 10, Bitcoin, and then a lot of red. The key into Friday, I think, for the S&Ps, again, can they at least get it back above that daily 50? And then the key for the QQQ here, I think you watch that 520 level. If they can pop it and keep it back above that 520, go into the weekend above that daily 21, then, nothing's really changed. Maybe more of the ebbs and flows versus, the beginning of a massive pullback. Push away from that 21 EMA, pull back to it, little chop, little support. Then you go and you take it from there. We want to take it day by day. So no assumptions, mark up our key levels, and be a patient bunch. And then for a few of the key names here, take a Tesla for example. Gapping up into about 450-ish in the pre-market here. Don't forget, Tesla could pull all the way back to about 390. The daily chart is still bullish. Not saying we're going to pull back to 390, but the market is pretty much a series of, moves away from that 21 EMA and then back to it. Away from it and eventually back to it. But for now, looking like a gap up there, and then Amazon. All right, Amazon had a big breakout, had a really good weekly squeeze. They pushed it, hit their target, and now you're pulling back into that 21 around 220-ish. Maybe from here Amazon falls apart, but if they don't, and they hold that 21, could be today, tomorrow, next week, 15-minute buy signal, 30-minute hourly, that might be a great buying opportunity. We don't know for sure for now, but keep an eye on it. What about an Apple? Apple had a beautiful weekly squeeze, rallies into that 250. And then, let me check here. Interestingly enough, on that flush back in the 248, it actually goes back into a weekly squeeze. It had fired, but now you're going back into compression here, so any pullback above 240, I think I want to jump in and buy that. And then with a big weekly squeeze behind it, eventually could make for a big breakout. Or Apple could fall apart, so day by day. And then a Microsoft here. They're working back into 440. Maybe a little early for now. But if we get a good market into January, February, March, I think we could get good things from that weekly squeeze there. And then, for our open trades here, we've got the February call debit spreads in TSM. Right, weekly chart above 21, perfect score of 15. And then we're really playing it here off the 3-day squeeze, which, above 190, guys, I'm going to continue to like it. And better yet, above 190, I'm probably going to look for a spot to buy more. Keep it above 190, and then eventually looking for a play here into 220, 225-ish. That's based on, not just TSM, but also the SMH here, which does have, that really big nested squeeze setup. It's just in the short term, they're not really in a big rush to get anything going. Part of that might be Nvidia, which as of late has been a little softer. Gonna gap into about 131, 132-ish. I think you need Nvidia back above 140. Then you can look at that, and then you can call for it to try to help the SMH get something good going. But for now, I like our TSM trade, and then we also have the GameStop trade. And we got shares on this one. On a break below 28, not a little dip below, but on a good break below where a close below 28 bucks, I'll be inclined to close that trade. They keep it above 28, looking for a move eventually into 34 or 35. For now, we keep the open trades. We'll see how things go here at the open. As mentioned, I'm not going to be on the mic, unfortunately, but I will be tuned in, keeping an eye on things, and sending out any updates. But yeah, is a recap, guys. I think bigger picture, look at your weekly charts. Mainly QQQ S&Ps, nothing's changed. They could pull back a good deal more, and in my book, they're still going to be bullish. Do they pull back more? We shall find out. But yeah, I think, take it day by day. Not going to be in a huge rush to buy anything, not going to be in a big rush to short anything. And frankly, I think we should be looking out into January, February, March at this point, versus, hey, where's the next big trade that we can get paid on in a 2 or 3 day window? Might be a little tricky. But all right, y'all, have a good day. I'll be in touch, and talk to you soon. Adios.